everyone, first of all, if you hear any creepy noises in the background, I swear it's not my stomach. I done ate, so I am hungry. It's my dog that's sleeping on my bed, which is right behind this camera. So in case you're wondering, that's what that is. In today's video, I wanted to show you a different take on planners or how to use an agenda, or basically a fun and efficient and effective way to organize your time and plan what you have to do and get things done, basically. So I just want to start off with a slight story. I have been using agendas throughout high school and college. I just couldn't live without agendas. But for some really weird reason, when I started university, I just couldn't use them anymore. I don't know why. I've recently purchased 3 in the past year or so, and they all ended up in my drawer. But what I did was I really wanted to grab a hardcover book, something that if you do have to take it with you, it won't get scratched or squished or whatnot. And I found these really cool hardcover magnetic flapped books at Renaud-Bré, but actually I've saw them at Target and at Winners. If you're interested, they are there. They're this one was $6 on sale. They have smaller versions of this, so if you wanna something to carry around with you all the time, they have those. If not, I took this big one because I like a lot of room for writing, and I don't take this with me everywhere. It just mainly sits on my on my nightstand, and I check it out every day to see what I have to do. So basically what I did was I started it off with a motivational and inspirational quote. I chose this one that I found online, and it says, "Dreams don't work unless you do," which rings true. Oh my god, it rhymes! I'm in a good mood today. In order to make this planner, this style of planner work for you, it is important to remember 3 things, and that is dates or time frame, major goal, and steps to achieving that goal. If you remember these 3 things, this planner is gonna work for you like it's nobody's business. It's really a very effective and efficient way to get things done, and it's simple. You don't need stickers, you don't need to buy anything. It's simply a little booklet with the generic lined paper, and you make it your own, and it's not as constraining as and limiting as an agenda, which it's already planned for you. This is something that you can do your own thing. It's free for all, and you can decorate it and set it up as you see fit. So I'm just gonna show you how I worked with it, and maybe it's gonna inspire you to create your own system. So I'm just gonna start with the first thing right here. See, I started using this booklet in April. Now, when I say time frame or time period or dates, it means you need to give yourself deadlines. If it's something very vague or oh, I'm gonna get fit, let's say that's your goal. If you don't give yourself a time frame, the goal is gonna dilute itself, and you're gonna not follow it concretely, and it's gonna appear impossible, to be honest. So always give yourself a time period when you need to complete that goal. See, here I said week of April 20th to 24th. So that is my time frame, because this goal of the week was to study for stats exam. So I think it was my final or something in stats. Whoa, memories. I don't want to go back there, believe me, glad it's over. Next step is to write your big goal. So here I wrote goal of the week, study for stats exam. Now, if you just write a bunch of goals and it's too big, you won't know how to achieve it. It is much better to dissect your goal and say, okay, in order to achieve this, what are the necessary and required key steps? So here I wrote, read the material, active reading, write practice test, and do the practice test. So to me, these are all the things I needed to do in order to feel confident about the exam, in order to know the material enough and be as prepared as I can for the exam. Now, you might have different steps. It's just very important that you understand that you need to dissect your goal to create steps one by one, so it's easy to check them off. Because if not, if you just write one goal, how do you know when you're done? This is, just to give you another example, this is week of May 25th to May 30th. And see here, you can have a bunch of goals, like major ones, like here, finish website, here, work on my channel, and also if you have some side goals that you've forgotten, you can just write it here. These are like less important goals, like something that's very straightforward that you don't need to actually write them step by step. So like read chapters 6, 7, 8, like I don't really need to tell myself how to read chapters 6, 7, and 8. You can actually do bullet points for each, so read chapter 6, read chapter 7, read chapter 8, but I just found it more effective to write it here. And also, to be honest, I just didn't want to go on the next page because I wanted it to be like, oh, pretty, but that's just me. Now it will happen that, let's say you forgot to do a step, or you like didn't complete it like you wanted. What I did was I highlighted it here in like orange, did a little triangle and filled it out just to tell myself, whoa, 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 you didn't do this, so it better be done on your next week because you forgot to do it or you didn't have time to do it. So you're gonna just transfer it to next week. My goal to show you this is to make you understand that a planner doesn't have to be overly decorated or fancy schmancy. You don't need to spend a lot of money to get something that works, something that's easy to use. Just remember 3 steps. Give yourself a time frame, give yourself a goal, and dissect that goal. Give yourself steps to achieve it, and you will. It's very, very simple. And before I let you go, I just want to say that if you want to do this, I was actually thinking about doing this, but I changed my mind last minute for whatever reason. If you have like big goals, like let's say yearly goals, you can write them here on this side. Like let's just say big goals for 2015, and you can write 1 or 2 or 3. So basically every time you do a like week schedule, make sure you include a mini goal that will bring you closer to achieving the big goals. I think that that is something that I would like to do actually on my next planner, maybe when I'm done this one. But just remember guys, with goals, they work, but you need to dissect them. If they're too big, you're gonna get scared, you're gonna get sidetracked, and you won't get them done. Dissect them, write it down, make it step by step, so then when you are going to bed and you look in this book, you're like, wow, look how much I've done. So that's it for my video today. I really hope you enjoyed it and you found it helpful. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe to me if you like what you see. I do videos all the time, except last week. Whoopee, it happens. But I do make up for it though. I do. Okay, it's good.